Hey everyone, this is Keith Scott from out in Sydney, Australia. I'm one of the voices of Bullwinkle J. Moose. It's time to watch Relentless and Unstoppable. And so give it up for your main hosts, Douglas Kenny and Andy McPhee.
Hey everybody, this is Doug Kenny and welcome to Relentless and Unstoppable. We have another amazing guest coming on the channel today, so please hit like and subscribe. And after this episode, please stay tuned to the RNU channel for more amazing guests. Let's get this on!
Hey everybody, how you doing? Just a quick little share of why I started Relentless and Unstoppable. It was for one very simple reason, because of Doug Kenny. Nothing to do with me at all, zero. I was just coaching Doug, and he took on the coaching and mentoring, and he made all the changes. He took all the suggestions from his parents as well as my coaching, but it was all about Doug, his breakthrough and his weight loss, his willingness to accept that he is dealing with high functioning autism and other issues, but he's never quit, he's never given up. So we did one interview with him to share his story, and then we decided to start interviewing other people. And Doug has now taken over the whole channel, and he does all the interviews, he runs everything. He's just an amazing young man. So RNU was born from simply what an amazing young man Doug is, and his story needed to be shared.
You know, there's a saying that goes that darkness can't mix with the light. So when there is toxicity, toxic people or negative people, right?
Yeah.
They have a hard time staying around you because you are the light. You have good energy, you have positive attitude, and you're grateful. They don't stay around too long.
Yeah, for sure. So how did you get into pageantry leading up to Woman of Achievement?
Yes. So how I got into pageantry was with my mentor, Dr. Omenesa Okomanape. She is my mentor since the day I met her when she came down here to Orlando, Florida. She said, I'm running for a pageant. I'm like, great. She actually won. She won the pageant in, I believe, in 2019. She says, I believe that every woman should compete in a pageant. I had never, ever before been in a pageant until when I went last year. And she's the one who challenged me to go and to compete. So I was new to the whole pageantry world.
That is amazing. And so what made you choose Woman of Achievement above other pageantries like the Miss Universe or the Trump ones that he hosted for a bit? What made you go for Woman of Achievement?
I love the mission of Woman of Achievement, just everything it embodies. I also love the director.
Oh, Marlena Martin.
Yes.
She's amazing.
And she is. Just loved her heart. That first conversation when I first wanted to get involved. Just the way how she was presenting everything just made me want to definitely take on the challenge and do it afraid.
Mm-hmm. So tell us exactly how you performed in Woman of Achievement this year.
Well, as you know, or maybe if you guys don't know, I actually won Miss US Woman of Achievement. So in my category, I had to compete, and I had to sit before a judge, judge panel, sorry. I also did platform interview. I also had to do fun fitness wear. I also did talent competition where I sang I Didn't Know My Own Strength by Whitney Houston. And even me singing that song was a part of my testament.
Ah, I remember that. I remember seeing that during the talent show, I think, right?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing that. That was pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Whitney Houston was a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Whitney Houston was very talented, and it's God rest her soul.
Amen. Yeah, she was one of my idols. I've always grew up listening to Whitney. My mom said when I was younger, she used to blast Whitney, and dance in front of me. So I guess that took a influence from my liking of music.
Yeah, she also was the credit singer, I believe, for "When You Believe" from Prince of Egypt in the movie.
Yeah, that's another one of my favorite songs. So she sang that song with Mariah Carey for Prince of Egypt.
Yeah. I don't know if I told you this, but a few years back I actually interviewed the producer and the director of Prince of Egypt.
Wow, that is awesome.
And what the Hebrews were going through during those days was, just as intense as what you went through with domestic violence, and then there's that moment of freedom that you finally feel.
Amen. When you leave, and that's what I tell people. Like, when I go to sleep at night, I have peace of mind because I'm not in a household where I'm walking on eggshells, and I'm not sure if the person's gonna lash out at me or call me out my name or, destroy my stuff. Like, I'm in a peaceful place in life, and for anybody out there who may be in a toxic situation, I would definitely encourage them to try to find a way out because 2 years back I had a friend, her name is Lady Clarissa, and she wanted to leave her husband, and she had 2 younger kids. And that lady never made it out. She was end up dead. And I always think about her every day because she didn't have somewhere to go. And that's why I make it a point to be there and try to encourage other men and women that are in toxic, abusive relationships to try to leave and get out and be involved in a community that can help you and around people that can help you get out of a situation. Nobody deserves to be called out their name. Nobody deserves to be slapped and hit or you understand? Like, verbally, mentally, financially abused. Anybody that tries to make another human feel less of, they're not human in my opinion. And nobody deserves that. So definitely leave while you have the chance.
I would agree with that. Like we saw over the years with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, like that was an absolute mess,
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and that's a perfect example of what Donkey says in the movie Shrek when he's like, celebrity marriages, they never last, do they?
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, how did it feel when you won?
Oh my goodness, I was in shock. When they said Amanda Coleman, I was like, what? I was shocked. I was like, wow, what? So definitely surprised. And it's like, wow. I was just in, like, when you're like, is this really happening or is this a dream? Those were the type of emotions. I was also grateful because the mission and the purpose statement for Women of Achievement, is acknowledging the beauty and service, self-development, and education among today's modern women. And the fact that I had been working on myself for the last 5 years, and I always felt like, man, I'm doing all this work and I've never been recognized. It felt good to be recognized, right?
Yes.
It felt good. I was just like, wow, I'm me. I'm grateful.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you won. I really wish I could have been there for the crowning, but my flight was the next day and I had to go to bed early for it.
Okay, yeah. It was a great moment. The crown definitely represents beauty. It also represents resilience, patience. I feel like every jewel in that crown represents different ways that I've worked on myself over the last 5 years. I want to say 5 years. A lot of reading, a lot of praying, spiritual growth, mental growth, and just showing that each time that I overcame something negative or someone telling me I couldn't do something, that's what I see when I look at the crown.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. So you did absolutely amazing, and I just hope you'll continue doing the good work that you do.
Absolutely. I'm not stopping. I'm going to continue to spread awareness. I'm continue to be out here and partner with other, like here in Central Florida, we have the Harbor House.
Mm-hmm.
So I do volunteer there, just helping, where I can in the community. And then by the end of the year, I should be able to have my nonprofit up and running so that way I can give more resources to women and men that have been victims or currently going through domestic violence situations so that they can come out.
Yeah, for sure. I know what you mean. So, yeah, what are your hopes for the future?
For the future, I'm just hoping to be able to inspire more people to dream again, to live again, to live out their legacy and to leave a legacy. One of the recent things that I just newly did in the last year was I became a licensed life insurance agent. And yeah, we sell insurance, but we also sell hope. Hope to people who maybe didn't think they could afford life insurance, or maybe they don't know that they need to get insurance outside of their work, because when they leave work, the insurance leaves too. So continue to build that part as far as a business and to build an agency. Also with Women of Achievement, I've been telling every woman I know they need to compete, they need to compete. It's just magical when you get in the room with other women that are doing powerful things. It makes you want to step up. I actually have a mentee who actually competed in the internationals as Mrs. Haiti for 2023, and now she's running with her platforms for her community, and it's just so great to just pay it forward, dog. It's all about paying it forward. Things that I didn't know 5 years ago or when I first started out in adulthood, I'm now on a mission to make sure everyone that I meet is educated about life insurance. Every man or woman that I meet I inspire them to go for their dreams, to go for their goals. There is nothing that is impossible. I read a book, Doing the Impossible by Patrick David, and I read this book before I competed. It shifted my whole mindset. So with that being said, just the books you read, the people you're going to be around, that's what really influences your life and helps you to leave impact everywhere you go.
Yeah, that's amazing. So this is my final question I have for you, which is how can your journey impact millions of people?
Millions? How? Yes. Well, that is an awesome question. It starts with one. The power of one, right? So if I meet somebody today and I leave them with a kind word today, or I question a person where they think outside of their normal routine thinking, and they start to dream, they start to envision what their future looks like. And then once that person's inspired and they take action, and then they go help somebody else, and then they start helping somebody else, that's how millions will be affected, but it starts with one. The power of one. Just like Jesus, when he said he used the 99 for the one. My God, that's what I believe will help to impact millions. It starts with one little action, one kind word, one thoughtful text, or telling someone, hey, I'm thinking about you today, I'm praying about you. And that just starts to just go like wildfire and spread throughout the world. And also, I write my story. So I have a couple published books. One of them is called I Am Power. It's an anthology book written by myself and 9 other authors that succeed. And seeds grow. So seeds are really small, right? But you'll see, like, one little seed, you have such a big amount of crop. That's another way of impact and spreading the message, the story to millions and millions.
Yeah, that's great. So where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Lady Amanda Speaks. I'm also on LinkedIn, Amanda Coleman. And my email address is ladyamandaSpeaks@gmail.com.
Alrighty. So everyone, let's thank Lady Amanda for appearing on Relentless and Unstoppable. Please check her out on her social media sites. And we'll see you next week for the next episode of R&U.
Gee, that's all we have for Relentless and Unstoppable. So tune into the next episode to hear more amazing stories from amazing guests. This is Keith Scott from Sydney, Australia saying so long, and I'm smarter than the average bear. Gee.